Okay, so in this particular kind of a question, if you see on Q node, there is a output of A coming towards Q node as well as output of B coming towards Q node. So whether to put A or B here as an output, in the same way, if you see on Q1, the output of B is coming towards Q1 as well as the output of A is coming towards Q1. So whether to put A or B here, that is the problem here. So in this type of a Mealy to Moore conversion, what you do, you just start with the basic and go with it. Just remember the transition function. The transition function say that this is a function of DFA. It says that on every input, every state has to be defined. Okay, so this only follow this. Now start with this Q naught, and I am just defining zero here. So zero, and on zero, the output of A is going towards Q naught. So I just put a alongside with the state. Don't worry about that B here. Just go with the transition. Now I am on Q naught. I am defining uh, another input symbol here, that is your one, and one is carrying an input output of B here. So I just place along with Q1 output of B. Okay. Now I have to define the transition on Q1. Now see what can I do. Now if I see here, it is saying that Q1 on 0 is going towards Q1 with the output of A. Now what I do, Q1 on 0, Q1 on 0 is going towards Q1 with the output of A. Just do that. Now this is again correct. Q1 on 0 is going towards Q0. Q1 on 0 is going towards Q1 and output of A. So I just on Q1 I just do a transition that Q1 on 0 is going towards again Q1 with the output of A here. Okay, so just do that. Now define 1 here. Now see in the previous diagram, Q1 on 1 is going towards Q0 with the output of B. Okay, so if I transition it, the output here is A. So it means I have to design another state. So keep that in mind. Q1, no, Q1. Okay, so Q1 on on 1 on 1 is going towards Q naught with the output of B. Okay, so now these are two different. Now if you check the transition here, it is completed. Transition on Q1 is also completed. Now you have to do a transition on Q1 here again. So for that transition, go look in the original diagram where Q1 is going. So Q1 on 0 is going towards Q1 with the output of A. Q1 on 0 is going towards Q1 with the output of A. So I do that. Q1 on 1 is going towards Q naught with the output of B. So it is going towards Q naught with the output of B here. So that is completed. Now this state is also completed. 0 and 1 is defined here. In the same way, C on Q naught. So Q naught on 0, see Q naught on 0 is going towards Q naught with the output of A. Okay. So Q naught on 0 is going towards Q naught with the output of A here. In the same way, Q naught on 1 is going towards Q1 with the output of B. Q Q naught on 1 is going towards Q1 with the output of it. Okay, so that is how you complete the states of it. Okay, so if you have any doubt, you can ask me. It is a bit, I think it is a bit different than other conversions we have done. If you clearly see now in case of Mealy to Moore conversion, you see that the consistent original Mealy diagram contains only two states, but the converted Moore diagram only contains four states. Okay. So keep that in mind. In Mealy to Moore conversion, the number of states increase. Number of states can increase. Can, I just use the word can. It means may or may not. So it will be the case that the number of states will remain same, but this is a case also that it can increase. But in Moore to Mealy conversion, the number of states will always be the same. Okay, so the number of states in this as well as number of states in this will always be the same. Okay, so I hope you get it. If again I just tell you another question, you should solve it yourself. I will tell you the answer in like 2 3 minutes. Just try it this question. This is again a little same question, just a little bit of difference here. Okay, so now if you see on B, the output of 1 is coming as well as the output of 0 is also coming. So that is the problem here. Okay, so on B you have to change it. So try it yourself and post your solution in the chat box. Okay, just take like 2 or 3 minutes. It's not more than that.
So,
Hello.
so in the above, can you just scroll it up a bit?
Hmm.
So over here in the state Q1 comma B,
Hmm.
why didn't we have a self loop over there?
Okay, so if you see on Q1, the self loop of 0 with the output of A. Okay, so if I just do a self loop of 0, the output inside the state should be A. So that is why I
No,
have not.
so for one, sir, for input one, which goes to B.
Okay, so for input 1 which goes to B,
Yes, sir.
which goes to Q naught. Yeah,
Yes, sir,
this
which
one.
goes to Q naught.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So if you see that it will go to that Q naught which has a output B. If you clearly see, it will go to that Q naught which has a output B. But if I do this, this Q naught has a output A. So I cannot divert it to this because it is already defined. So I again divert this to a state which has the same name. Okay, so Q naught, but has a different output. Okay, so that is how you solve the problem here.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so I just keep both inside. Okay, I think Sakshi got the right answer. Yes, absolutely right. Okay, so again, this is very simple question. Don't panic and don't think about other things. Just remember that the input and output. In the same way, Prachi has also got the right answer. Okay, so if you clearly see, I will again start from A. Okay, so now on A there is no problem. If you see that the only output that is coming towards A is zero, so I just put a zero here and do a self loop of zero. There is no problem here. So this is fine. Okay. So what happens here if I do this? Now, if you see, it is going towards B with the output of 1. It is going towards B with the output of 1. So what I do, I take this output and I placed it inside. Okay, that is the procedure that we have done earlier. Now what happens here? What you see that if you see the output 0, this is valid here. If I do a output self loop of 0, it is going towards B which has an output of 1. So this is valid here. Take that 1 here and place it here. But if you see, this is not valid here. It is saying that on a self loop of B, it is going towards that B which has an output of 0. But clearly you see we have that B which has an output of 1 here. So I cannot do a self loop here. So what I do, so again the statement here is B is going towards B with output 0 for this loop. Okay, for this one. So what do I do? I just now that this statement will be correct in this as well. So B is going towards B. B is going towards B. with the output of 0 on 1. Okay, so if you clearly see, on 1 B is going towards B with the output of 0. Now what you have to do, you have to transition, you have to define the transition of 0 and 1 in this. Okay, so to define the transition of 0 and 1, clearly go back to the initial state. Now see, uh, B is going towards B with the output of 1 here. Okay, so what can I do? B is going towards B with the output of 1 on 0. Okay, so B is going towards B with the output of 1 on 0. So B, yeah, see here, B is going towards B with the output of 1 on 0. Okay, so in the same way, now you define 1 on this. So B on 1 is going towards B, which has an output of 0. B on 1 is going towards B on 1, which has output of 0. Okay, so that is your relevant Mealy to Murray conversion. Okay, so if you see, the states here are two, the states here are two. So you will get only problem there where you see that two there are two arrows coming towards a state, and each arrow contain a different output. So if this is input, this output 1, this is input, and this is output 2. Okay, so if they contain the same output, you have no problem, but if they contain the different output, then you might face a problem. So that is why you have to go with this. Okay, keep that in mind, that from Mealy to Murray conversion, keep that in mind. What is Mealy? Mealy, where the state put where the input is placed alongside where the output is placed alongside with input, and Murray is where the output is placed alongside state. Okay, so from Mealy to Murray conversion, the states can increase. Okay, so the states can increase, but in Murray to Mealy is very simple. There is no kind of a problem with this kind of a thing that towards. Okay, so if you clearly see, if I just revise this lecture, in this Murray diagram, uh, there if you see that the output is associated with the state. Okay, so there is no kind of a problem that the two output is coming towards different input. So you have to place output on a input. So just take out the input that is placed inside the state, and take it out and place it alongside the input here. So there is no problem here. If you see clearly, the state will only contain one output, not two output, only contain one output. So that is very simple. The things that are coming, the things that are coming towards. Now I do not only have a input here, no output. So the output here will be only one. So take out that output and place it here. So that is why there is no problem in Murray to Mealy conversion. As you see, the states will not increase, but if you see in Mealy to Murray conversion, there is a bit of a problem in these kind of a scenario. So this is a problem scenario here. Okay, so keep that in mind. Again, this is again I'm repeating myself. This is the important point. From Mealy to Murray conversion, states can increase. It will not always increase, but it can increase. If you see the previous example of Mealy to Murray conversion, in this the states have not increased. Okay, so this is your Mealy to Murray conversion. So this is your Mealy and this is your Murray. If you see, the states, number of states are equal. So X Y Z X Y Z. Okay, so there, keep that in mind. I am saying may or may not always increase, but it can increase. Keep that in mind. Okay, so this is your this constitute our main aspect of our TOC component here. So what is the component here? That is your finite automata. Okay, so finite automata with how many types? It is with output and without output. Okay, so with output contains Mealy and Murray machine or interconversion we have also done. So or the number of interconversion also is possible. So it means Mealy is not powerful. They are equivalent in power. In the same way we have done DFA, NFA, and epsilon NFA. So if you see, all of these are equivalent in power also. The not No one is greater than the other. Keep that in mind. Okay. So all of these, if you see, all of these finite automata accept a particular language. Okay, so that particular language is called your regular language. Okay, so what is a regular language? First of all, regular language is generated by a regular grammar. Okay, so they are, do not get confused here. We will talk about each component extensively. So there is something called a grammar. So in a English grammar, uh, what you see, the words are formed or generated by a particular set of rules that is called your grammar. So regular grammar is a generator like our English grammar. So it generates a particular language. Okay. So this is your language. So the work of the generator is to generate a language, and language is accepted by a particular acceptor. Okay, so acceptor is your finite automata. In this case, finite automata is the acceptor here, and the language here in this regard that we are talking about is regular language. Okay, so keep that in mind. There are three things. First thing is generator. Generator just generates the language. Okay, so the language is accepted by the acceptor. Okay, so now what is a regular language? Regular language is a language for which a particular DFA, NFA, or epsilon NFA can be designed. Okay, keep that in mind. Any suppose if you are able to draw a DFA for a particular language, I do not know what language is this. If you are able to draw a DFA for a particular language, then that language is called your regular language. Okay, so for every regular language, your finite automata can be drawn. Okay, so if you are not able to draw a finite automata, it means that the particular language is not regular. Okay, so this language is represented by something called a regular expression. Okay, so this language is represented by a something called a regular expression. So if you see, I have told you some bits and pieces of this regular expression. If you see that this is a raised to power star is a regular expression, a plus b is a regular expression. Keep that in mind. I have told you little bit of bits and pieces of this. A dot b is also a regular expression. Okay, so now I will talk about this regular expression extensively. Now, this regular expression is used to represent represent a regular language. Okay. So now there are four things here. So for the first thing is regular grammar. So this is your generator. We will talk about it again in the very detail. Don't worry about that now. Now we have done this acceptor part extensively. So acceptor is your finite automata that accept a regular language that is generated by a regular grammar. Okay, keep that in mind. Okay, so now I have to represent this language for a representer. Represent. So the representer for a regular language is called your regular expression. Okay, so the examples I have again told you includes in that. Don't worry about it if you do not understand anything about regular expression. I will now start it from the very basic. Okay, so just let me open my PPT. Okay. Okay. So the definition of regular expression is fairly very basic. It is a algebraic way to define or to describe languages. Okay, so in this regard, I am talking about only regular language. So a simple example of a regular language will be A star. Okay, so for this A star, you can easily build a finite automata, meaning DFA. So this now easily you can build A star like this is your DFA. So I can say this A star is a regular language. Okay, so regular expression is a way to represent or to describe a regular languages. Okay, so that describe exactly the regular languages. I will not talk about any other language. I'm only talking about regular language. Okay, so if E is the regular expression, language E it will define. So if I say that this is your regular expression, so language E, it defines, it becomes. Okay, so if I say that this E is your regular expression, so the language of E is described here. Okay, so it is just saying A plus BC. So if I just raise this star to a power of 1 here, so it will become A or BC. Okay, so A can be derived a one length string, the other string can be A or BC. So this can, A and BC should also be in the language. Okay, so if I just raise this to a power of 2, now it will become two strings. Now how can I do this? Now take A from here or BC from here. So it will be ABC. Now take BC from here and BC from here. So it can be another string that contains this language. Okay, so it, in the same way you can raise this into the power of anything. So don't worry about it. Again, I will start from the very basic. So this is the basic that I'm talking about. Okay, so now there are some primitive. Primitive means some foundational regular expression. So I just divert it to me, so it is very easy for me to make you understand what I'm want to say. Okay, so there are some expression. The first expression, I just do it like this: union. So this is your plus, this is also called a union in regular expression terms. Second is dot. I think I have told you this, that this is called your concatenation. I have already told you in the tute that there is something concatenation between the DFAs are possible. In the same way, there is third expression, that is your star. So this star is specifically called your clean closure. Clean closure. Okay, so keep the name in mind. So that name is very important. Okay, so if I'm talking about the foundational regular expression, so I just say that A, the foundational regular expression that I've already mentioned, that is your phi, that is your epsilon, and something, some input. So I just say like A belongs to, every input can be defined as a regular expression. Okay, so if I just derive the language from it, so the particular corresponding language related to that can be a empty set. The particular language related to that regular expression can be a set that only contains phi. The particular language for this A input is your A only. Okay, so I'm just saying this, that these are three things are called your primitive regular expression. Okay, so here I'm talking about A. It can be any input symbol, any input symbol. Okay, so if I just define B also, so I am only talking about primitive, means the most foundational regular expression. Most foundational, if you see, this is the this has a least length, it does not have a length in language. So this is your phi, this is also a regular expression. In the same way, this epsilon is also a regular expression. In the same way, any input that is defined like A or like B, this is also a regular expression. If I just say it like that, that B, this is also a regular expression. C is also a regular expression, and the language for that corresponding will be B in the set B in the set C. Okay, so I'm only talking about B and C individually. So that is why I'm calling these A comma B comma C as primitive regular expression. So keep that in mind. I am talking about primitive. It means foundation. So foundation means the smallest kind of strings here. So smallest kind of expression. So these are smallest kind of expression. Okay. So these are, do not worry about that. That are operations. I'm talking about that. So this is the basic regular expression that you will see. Okay. Now another regular expression. Suppose I say that some input. I just say this, that R1 is some regular expression. It is some primitive regular expression. Okay, so suppose the primitive I'm talking about over the input of A, only A. So the input here is A only, not more than that. Okay, so again, just take again, if you are familiar with two inputs, so I just take two inputs. Okay, so if there are two inputs, now the regular foundation or the primitive regular expression becomes your A language. The language is this, okay? So A and B. So if I just write it in the form of regular expression, I can call this A and B. Suppose I'm calling this as one regular expression and this as regular expression two, okay? So if I apply any operation that is written here, if you see this, I just say o to this, okay? So with with respect to r1 or r2, if I apply any operation between them, then it will automatically becomes your regular expression. So the operations can be r1 plus r2, this is your regular expression. R1 dot R2, this is a regular expression. So star can be R1 star is a regular expression. R2 star is a regular expression because the star is placed upward. So again, it another regular expression you can also apply it correspondingly or concurrently. So I say R1 plus R2 the star, this is also a regular expression. R1 dot R2 the star, it's also a regular expression. So these if you want to understand the definition of it, I just say that take this a take this a from here, this is your primitive regular expression. So mostly in this primitive regular expression, I am talking about the input. That input can be A, B, or C, anything. Okay. So I am just naming them as regular expression one, regular expression two. So this can be denoted as regular expression one. So apply any number of these operations, that can be union, concatenation of or clean closure. Apply repeated number of times the use of this operators, you will again get a regular expression. Okay. So the definition of a regular expression, the primitive regular expression are your foundational regular expression that constitutes your phi, epsilon, and any single input. Okay. So when you take out that input and apply these three operators, what are the three operators? Plus your union, concatenation, or your clean closure, then you will also get a regular expression. Okay, so this is the basic definition of a regular expression. Just take the foundation, take A from here and O apply O on it, you will again get a regular expression, which is right. So there are another theorems are also there to prove that this is your regular expression. Okay, so this again is described in the slides, that primitive regular expression are this A is just this A or B is something that belongs to the input. Okay, so they're saying given regular expression, so this is a regular expression, this is a regular expression, this is a regular expression. So if you apply r1 union, so if you remember this plus means or, okay, r1 union, r1 concatenation, r1 raised to power, or Okay. Sorry for that. There is some connection issue. Okay. Just let me share my screen again. Okay. Okay. So this or the possible combination that is possible with regular expression. Okay. So these are some identities that are related to regular expression. See that this R1 plus R2 can be individually written as language of R1 union language of R2. Okay. So I just take this L1 and take a union of it. Okay. In the same way, again, these are identities of regular expression. I do not want to stress it right now. I will talk about these identities of regular expression once we have seen some suitable examples. Okay, so just hold this slide for just wait for a minute. Okay, so now these are some examples of the regular expression that are defined. Okay, so 0 plus 1 0 star, the possible languages that are possible here are already written here. So these are some examples. I hope that you should see it yourself without any wasting any time. I just start with the questions here. Okay, so that it is very good if we just directly start with the question. It will provide you better understanding. Okay, so just I am just copy and pasting this question. Okay. Okay. So the first question says that write the regular expression where input alphabet. So where I'm already always talking about where the input alphabet will be A and B. So almost all the question that I'm talk about, it will have a input alphabet of A and B. Okay. Just let me see if my internet is working or not. Just let me continue. Okay, so if you see the input input say we're talking about with only A and B, which is the reference station where input alphabet is A and B, and the
Sir,
sign of the set is exactly yes.
sir, your voice is cracking a lot. It's completely not comprehensible.
Sir, the screen is also not visible.
Let me see
Sir,
what
the
my
screen which you are sharing.
screen is also. Okay, let just wait for a minute. Let's see. Let me see what I'm typing. Okay. So I think my connection is back online. Now if you can clearly visible my voice.
Sir, screen is not visible.
Screen is still not visible.
Yes, sir, still not visible.
Just let me see. Now if you can see.
No, sir.
Why it is not visible? Okay, I think now you will be able to see.
No, sir.
Okay, just let me rejoin the meeting. I think now it will be visible. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Sorry for that. I think that is some bad connection. So now it's just saying that the length of the string is exactly 2. Okay. So if you remember the automata that we have drawn, the length of the string is exactly 2. You have drawn something like this, A, B, A, B, and after that you just do this, and whatever A, B comes after it, you just do a dead state of it. Okay. So if you remember the automata that we have drawn for the length of the string, that is exactly 2. So what is the regular expression exactly? That from that regular expression I can specifically derive all the strings that is possible, that should be accepted by my language. So that is the basic concept of the regular language. Because this is a finite language, so if you remember, the strings will be, because it's of only two length string, that is A B, B A and B B. Okay. So directly if you want to write the regular expression, one of the most easiest regular expression will be AA plus, or AB can be possible, or BA can be possible, or BB can be possible. So this is your regular expression. You can stop here because all of the strings that are in the language are described by this regular expression. So this is your R1, R2, R3, R4. So you can say this. But if you just want to a little bit of tweaking here, you can also do this. So just I'm doing this. I've taken the A out, A plus B, I can write it like this. I've taken the B out from this, I can write A plus B. Okay, so if you remember the quadratic equation, I can write this A plus B and A plus B. So the just wait for what is happening right now. Okay. Okay, so it can be extracted out A plus B and A plus B. So this is common, and I have taken this. If you solve the quadratic equation, you know what I'm talking about. Okay, so this is your first length string, this is your second length. Okay, so you can get this if I just say that construct a regular expression that contains exactly three length string. So you just for three length string, you just do not need to worry or write everything that A plus B plus BBA. So eight strings that you have to write. But if you directly write, you can directly write like this: A plus B, A plus B, A plus B three times. Okay, so it will be your three length string. If you want to write it a four length string, so it can be again add one A plus B. So this is your first length. It can be either A or B. This is your second length. That can be either A or B. Third length, either A or B. Fourth length. So it means that from this, uh, either A or B can be present for a particular string. So I just choose A here. From A here, I choose B here. From there, I can choose A. From there, I can choose either. So this string can be extracted. This is your four length string. Okay, so I hope you understand what I'm talking about. Now, if you see the second question, I think that you should try the second question. It says that the length of the string should be at least 2. Okay, so just try this question and tell me what will be the solution. Post the solution just in the chat box. I think you got it. So again, keep that in mind. What is the language here? If you remember the language, it is saying that at least there should be two length strings. So the smallest will be A. After that, any number of A and B can come. You remember? Okay, so I think you can easily do this. So at least length is 2. After that, any number of A and B's can come. So this answer is in my language or yeah. Yeah, exactly right by Varun. If you see, again, I have said this again and again that the two length string, at least two length is required. So for two length, you can write like this A plus B, A plus B. After that, any number of A and B's can come. So at least two means at least two should be there. Two up to infinity can be possible. Okay, so that is why here A plus B star, if you write any number of this star represents the value like this 0 1 2 3 4. Okay, so there is another thing that is a little bit of a variant of clean closure. So this is your clean closure. If I just write plus, okay, so this plus means if I just express this in the regular expression upward, that will be more suitable. So there is another variant of this clean closure that is not official, but most of the people use it. Okay, so that is also your plus sign. Okay, so this plus sign is nothing, it is just a clean closure. There is a little bit of variation here. Okay, so if I just raise any regular expression to star, suppose I just raise this a raised to power star, it means a can be 0, a can be 1, a can be 2, a can be star can be 0 up to infinity. Okay, so if I just write a plus, it means that the value of a should not be 0, it can be a 1 2 3 4 up to anyone. Okay, so it means that 0 is excluded in this plus here. Okay, so this is just a variant of clean closure. It can be written like this: a followed by a star. Okay, so this a plus signify that one a should be a requirement. After that, any number of a's can come. Okay, so this is a little bit of a variation. Many people use it, many books also use it. So keep that in mind that you can occur this sign a plus. So it means that 0 is not in this. Afterward, 1 to up to infinity. From 1 up to infinity is in this a plus. Okay. So now if I just write a plus b here, so this star can be 0, 1 or 2, any number of times. So if I just raise this to a power of 0, it means I get two length string, all the possible two length string. If I raise this to a power of 1, I will get three length string. If I raise this to a power of 2, I will get four length string up to infinity length. I think you got the point. Okay. Now if you see this question, this is again a little bit of a tricky question that says that at most 2. Okay, so maximum it can be 2, but if you remember in this language, sigma is also there, epsilon is also there, as well as single a is also there, as well as single b is also there. Afterward, two length strings are also there. Okay, so let show me that how can you interpret this in a regular expression. Yeah, Priya absolutely got the right answer. A plus B plus epsilon. Okay. So if you do not get it again, this is not a infinite language. This is a finite language. So two length string will be A B B A B A B B A B. Sorry for that. Just write it completely. A, and B. Okay. So if you don't understand it, you can just put a plus here because this is a finite language. Don't need to worry about anything. You can just write it like this. This is also a valid answer. Okay. So this is also a valid answer. This is not wrong because all of the things that are possible in it are there. Okay. So what can you derive from here? So you can also write it like this: sigma plus this, or two length string a plus b or a plus b. So these are for two length string, and these are three different regular expression that are accepted in the language. So this is also true. So again, if for a particular language there are multiple DFAs are possible, in the same way for a particular language there are multiple regular expressions are also possible. Okay, so if I just more clean this, that the answer, if I just clean it, it will be look like this. Okay, so a plus b plus epsilon. So if you clearly see, if you want a one length string, you can go with a from here and epsilon from here. Okay, so if you want a one length string, you can go epsilon from here and a from here. So these are your all possible one length string. As well, if you want epsilon or epsilon from here, epsilon from here, you will also got epsilon. Okay, so more clean version is this, but this and this is also true. So don't worry about that. If you are here, this is not wrong. If you are here, this is not wrong. So for every finite finite language, a regular expression, we just place a concatenation operator. No, sorry for that. Just place a union operator between the language. You will get the regular expression. Okay. So do not complicate if the answer is really simple. Okay. So now if you see, this is a little bit of a different question. It just says the level length should be even. Okay. So let's see that if you can extract out that how to make sure that the length here is even. Okay, so just write the language here. So the language here will be your epsilon. A can be possible, B can be possible. Other one can be A B is also possible. Four length string B also possible. Six length string. Now this is your infinite language. Now you have to just scratch your brain in this one. Okay, so just try it. Okay. So I think Priya and Rishika got the right answer. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. So again, for two length string, you know what is the answer. For two length string, this is the answer: a plus b, a plus b. Okay. So now what you can do, uh, you can do a whole bracket and do a star here. So what it means, that if I just raise this to a power of 0, the epsilon can be derived out. If I just raise it to a power of 1, it means that you can derive out two length string. Okay, two length string. If I just raise it to a power of 2, now it will become a plus b, a plus b raised to power 2 means this a plus b 4 times. Okay, a plus b 4 times. Okay, so it means 4 length string can also be extracted. Okay, so it is saying like that a plus b, the whole square, the star is also a combination. So you can also write it like this, that 2 2 into epsilon, 2 into epsilon will be epsilon, keep that in mind. 2 into 1 will be 2, 2 into 2 will be 4, 2 into 3 will be 6. You can also write it like this. Okay, so if this is a even length, you know that you have to raise it to the power of 2, keep that in mind. Okay, so this is also like saying that the length of the string is divisible by 2. Okay, so if you see the example here, for mod 2, you just raise it to the power of 2. Okay, so epsilon can also be extracted, one length string can also. One length string is not possible here, only 2, 4, 6 and 8. Okay, so I hope you get the point here. In the same way, if you see where the number of where the input length of the string is odd. So just try this one where the length of the string is odd. Again, if you write it in the mod operator here, x mod length of the string is odd. Can I write it x mod 2 equal to 1? Okay, so the x mod 2 equals. Again, if you are not able to derive it, don't worry about it. There can be multiple regular expressions for it. Okay. So if you are able to derive any different regular expression, just let me know that I can tell you that it is right or not. Okay. So these are the standard question that you will find in any book. These questions are taken from your Peter Lynch, and it is these are standard questions to get a better perspective of this problem. Okay. So I think Rishika again got the right answer. If you clearly see, just if you do not remember anything, just keep in mind this notation. It is just saying that x mod 2 equal to 1. Okay. So if you see that how would you describe odd length string? Okay. So there is something I can say that if I just write odd length string a plus b 2 raised to power 2n plus 1. Okay, you can write it like this. Okay, so it can be visible from this 2 and plus 1 because you got a remainder here. You can write it like this. So n can be 0. So when n is 0, you will get 2 into 0 plus 1. Okay, so it will become your 1. So it means it is a odd length a or b. So again, when n is 1, so it is 2 into 1 plus 1. So it is again, if you derive out the pattern here, you will again find it. 2 plus 1 is 3. In the same way, 2 into 2 plus 1, that is your 4 plus 1, that is your 5. Okay. So by using this equation, you can extract out. So this is again plays a very important role here if you uh, write out like this. Okay, x mod 2 equal to 1. It is just saying that if you divide it by the length of the x, you will get a remainder of 1. Okay, so if you just plus it, you will again raise to this power, you will again get a sum that is odd string, that is odd in nature. Okay, so if I just describe it, you can also write it like this: a plus b raised to power 2 or a plus b. If you see, the bases are same, so the power can be added. So it can be like this: 2 raised to power n, 2 raised to power n, though the bases are same. If you multiplying it, you can add plus power. So it can be added like this, or you can again write it like this: a plus b, a plus b, the power n plus a plus b. Okay, so this is again hard. I have just taken this a plus b and write it 2 times and just raise it to the power of n. So this is same. Now if you want to again clear this regular expression, you can write it like this: a plus b, a plus b, whole star of this, then a plus b. Okay, you will get number of okay, so now you will always get a even length string from here, and from even length string you are just adding a 1 here. Okay, so if you see, this is just the expression of the previous quotient. This is the expression. This is the even length expression. Now in this even length, I am just adding a one length string. So that will also become a odd. This is another way to derive the same thing. Okay. So again, if I just do this, let's say is if I just go towards the next one, I think you are getting something. Okay, so now this is again the same thing, that length of x mod 3. Now if you clearly look at the mod, clearly look at this expression, I think you can able to derive the regular expression for this. So just try it. Oh, sorry, Siddharth, sorry for that. Your next class is started. So go on to the next lecture. Okay, so I just stop the recording.